to give an update on the educational programs that are happening here at the Mosque Cares and what's going on with the educational efforts that are being done here. So I wanted to start by just letting everyone know, if you don't already know, we do have a weekend program. It's running on Saturday and Sunday. We have a lot of mentors that are assisting, a lot of volunteer teachers that are assisting. We're working with, we have on the average about 13 students, 14 students that come. Sometimes we have more, sometimes we have fewer, but alhamdulillah, it's going pretty well. We thank Allah for all the mentors that have been pitching in to provide some time to work with the youth. I hear them talking about some of the things that they're doing, and they're learning, they're excited, they're driven, alhamdulillah, to be a part of this. The youth that's part of the weekend program, we're actually trying to get them to the convention. And so alhamdulillah, there's been a lot of fundraising efforts that have taken place, and if you are able to go by the New African Marketplace, please look for a table that's there. Everything on that table is to help raise money to get the children there. Right now we're looking to get 7 children there. Alhamdulillah, there's been enough money raised to get their airfares covered. Transportation is covered. So now we're looking to cover their lodging and other incidental expenses. So alhamdulillah for all who've contributed. It's not too late. We need more help. So the space is out there where you can go see Sister Esther Mohammed. She's sitting there, and she'll be out in the vending area, and she'll give you more information on the efforts to try to get the children from the weekend program here at the Mosque Cares to the convention. They are scheduled to perform on Friday as part of the culture night. Thanks to Sister Camilla, who's been working with them diligently. And they've performed at several of the conventions in the last couple of years and done an outstanding job. You stand back and you look and you said, are those the same students we teach every day? Alhamdulillah, they really shine. They really, really do well. Alhamdulillah. There are weekend programs going on in other locations in the Chicagoland area. And so I don't want to, I want to make sure that I recognize that there are efforts going on to try to help our future. And looking at some of the information that we were just given from Imam Kazim Ahmed, about how, if we don't do the thing right, no one else is going to do it for us. And Imam Mohammed has given us the foundation. Whether he's given it to us through his words directly or given it to someone else who's sharing those words with us, he's given us a lot. Allah has blessed him with an understanding, being able to use the scripture to help us. He's been helping us understand more. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the example, his lifestyle, everything. We can follow that. We know that he's, representing the Quran as a human can represent it. Imam Muhammad helped us understand some of the stuff that we didn't get directly by ourselves. Allah blessed him with that. When we look at the world, we see that the world is in chaos. We know that. I'm talking to the choir right now, and I know that. But we know that the world's in chaos, but the world is looking at us for answers. Sometimes they actually boldly come out and say it. They actually say that. I've heard numerous people say that the school that was here in Chicago was an answer to many of them. They looked at that school as a sign that African Americans could do better. All the stuff that's going on across the planet, and Chicago's got a big, huge part with police brutality and the unfair treatment that's going on and the killings and whatnot. We didn't have those kind of issues in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s because we knew how to stand up and take care of ourselves. We're not standing up. Our children don't see that. Their answer sometimes is more violence. That's not always the best way to go. The world is looking at us for examples. You had people that would protect our community. We protected ourselves. We didn't need someone else to come in and do that. I'm not advocating for us to put on FOI uniform, to put on an MGT uniform and to step out and do, some kind of martial arts or worse. I'm not advocating that. That happened, but we learned so much from that. Our children do not have that foundation. They do not have that foundation. And what gave it to us was the community. And the community covered it from top to bottom. Everything we needed was provided for us within our community. Everything. Our parents had help. The children had help. Our pioneers had help. The help was there. We took care of our own needs. We are not doing that right now. And we're leaving it up to someone else. And so how can we blame or complain or start pointing fingers when we're not doing our part? We had a summer camp this summer. We took the children to the DuSable Museum, Hyde Park, African American History Museum. The only place where our community was represented. I know I went to a school in Hyde Park. That was part of our community. But the only place where our community was represented was in the bookstore on one shelf with one picture. With no captions, with nothing to explain it. With Alhaji Malik Shabazz shaking hands with Muhammad Ali. And if you didn't know anything about that history, oh wow, yeah, I know him, yeah, a movie was made about him, and I know him, he was the world champion. Oh yeah. But what about the history that got those men out of prison? That got those men off the streets, that cleaned them up, that purified them, and raised them up, gave them a foundation, and allowed them to go teach everybody else? None of that was mentioned. We went to the Smithsonian. Oh yes, give your artifacts to the Smithsonian. They're going to represent our community. There was one piece, one section, right next to the gangs of Chicago, right next to the guns of the 70s. They put an FOI uniform. They talked about the militancy of it. Okay, that was a teeny tiny portion. And there was a reason why that happened. But that wasn't there. So that peaceful nature, that community spirit, that community development, the things that we learned about taking care of our needs and standing up on our own 2 feet and representing our ancestors and stepping forward because of all the work that's been done by others and supporting all of that, wasn't there. Now they had pictures. They had pictures of the school, they had pictures of the MGT, they had pictures of the FOI, they had pictures of some of the things, not the businesses, because the businesses would have told it all. But they didn't put the businesses on those pictures. They just had masses of people, but nothing to say, this represents this. There was no caption, there was no narration, there was nothing. And they were mixed in with pictures of other African Americans from across the world. So how did you even know what that stood for? There was nothing there to clear it up. Now this is what the world is seeing of us. When are we doing the right thing for us?
Dr. Lynne, there was corruption in that from the beginning. Imam Mohammed left his ministry in our charge with the Mosque.
In our charge.
There was corruption, and Allah does not bless corruption. He blesses good. Right. So it just wasn't time for that.
It's time now.
It wasn't time for that. Until we get right and stop stabbing each other in the back, undermining each other, trying to steal something that don't belong to us. Yeah. And that's why I defend myself so strongly, because I'm sincere. And Allah says that religion is sincerity.
That's right.
And so I'm a sincere Muslim. I'm what you call a real Muslim. You see? And so those hypocrites that work against us, I don't tolerate that. Yeah. I don't join them in nothing.
And Allah's not blessing it. He's not blessing it. He's not blessing it.
Yeah, we're going to do what's right and continue to be successful. And Allah has blessed us in 10 years.
Yes, and He's continuing. And He's continuing to bless us. Yes.
Sincerity is the
yes.
key.
Yes. I got it. We people are we're working on it right now, and that's part of what I'm not just bringing the problem. We have solutions. We have solutions. So effective in 2 weeks, there's going to be an opening of artifacts that have been collected from believers across the United States. We have some from Chicago. We need more, and we know you've got some in your closets and basements and whatnot. We have artifacts. They represent the history of this area and across the nation. We are chunking them up into 4 categories: education, the leaders, the businesses, I'm missing one,
Education.
Culture and development. And we got the politicians in there. Education is one of the categories, but we got the politicians in there. We've got it all. And we have artifacts. And we're showing the product of generations of this community striving and surviving. The location where all of this is going to be aired or showcased is in the Chicagoland area. I'll give you the address in a minute. But we're doing this to tell our story, not for someone else to tell our story. And we're asking all who lived it, all who wanted to live it, all who know about it, to come and help us tell the story. The first showcase is going to be in a couple of weeks. It's going to be 2 weeks before the convention. We're going to have, inshallah, in the New African Marketplace, we'll have a spot where we will be advertising the other events, and then there's going to be an opening, a larger opening for our community after that, followed by 2 months of an actual opening where we're going to make it so that the city and the world can see. And we're sending out major, major invitations. We're not letting someone else tell our story. We are telling our story ourselves. So if any of you are interested in that, see Brother Lester, he's in the New African Marketplace right now, my husband, myself. The location where it'll be is 10307/10309 South Hale, which is in Chicago. It's in the Beverly area. We were blessed with a location where it's a gallery, so we're just gonna fill it. Right now we have over 50 pictures framed by some of the believers in the Chicagoland area and others. And we have some of them with narratives to go with them. We need more. We need more. Brother Charles is going to donate some pies so we can let people taste some of the stuff that we've produced as part of our community. We're looking for other things also. So we're going to the 20, whatever that last Monday is in August. That's the date that we will start, and we'll run it for that week. We're going to close during the convention. We'll start it back up when we get back from the convention. And inshallah, we'll put it in the Muslim Journal. It's going to be on the Mosque Cares page, inshallah. We're going to be at the Mosque Cares convention advertising it. So please help to spread the word. This is our history. Now, 10307. 10307. South. Yes, 10307 South Hale. I tell you, the best way to get it is to tune in to the Mosque Cares website. I'm going to, inshallah, give them a flyer. Once we get the flyers made, we'll have the flyers there. So it'll give you the name, the dates, the times, all of that will be on our website.
It'll be on Facebook.
And
if you download our app, if you have our app, you'll get a notice. It'll come to your home screen.
Yeah. So I'm just giving you the intro, but the flyers are being worked on currently. I just wanted to let you all know, heads up, really, so that you can start pulling your artifacts, so you can start thinking about what you want to add to this, so that our story is told well. I have my eyes. I have my paradigm that I'm working from. My husband has his. Brother Lester has his. Dr. Fatima Mohammed is working with us. She has hers. Thank you. Dr. Fatima Mohammed is working with us. She's done a documentary. We're going to have her documentary aired. So we're going to try to tell the story to the best of our ability. But the whole story comes from all of us collectively. So please help us support getting this story out. Now, our children don't know this. How are they going to learn it if we don't give it to them? The schools are not giving it to them. We have been talking about the need to make sure they're educated right. Chicago, we had one of the biggest schools in the nation, and it closed in 1988. I remember it like it was yesterday, unfortunately. But it wasn't yesterday, it was 30 years ago. And my youngest never went to a Muslim school. And I've said that before, and my heart is broken because of that. This is it. Next month, there will be a school, a full-time school, in the Chicagoland area under the name of Sister Claire Muhammad School. And it will be a part of the Sister Claire Muhammad School system, and it'll be teaching the way Imam Deen Mohammed laid it out for us to be taught and to teach our children. I'm not the only one working on this. While I'm working, I found out Sister Shakira Bashir has been working. She's going to come up and she's going to speak. We're doing this. We're doing this. Shaitan can try. There's too much that's been done to educate our children in the past, and I am a product of that. And I'm not going to roll over and lie down, and neither are so many other people. So we're opening a school, September. She and I were talking about a date yesterday. We're looking at the third week in September. The week after the convention, so that's the 14th. I think it's the 14th, a Monday. But whatever that week after the convention, not the week directly after, but the following week. That's the week we're looking at. And we're going to be opening a full day school in Chicago, inshallah. If the children are there, we're ready for K through 12. Alhamdulillah. So that's it. It's done. We're not going to let Shaitan crush us. We're not going to let him crush our children anymore. We're done. And we're fighting. And anybody else that feels that Harriet Tubman, that feels that Sojourner Truth, and more importantly, that feels that Clara Muhammad spirit, we're asking you to come forward. We need teachers. We need transportation. We need scholarship dollars. We need it all. And if that fire is inside of you, you need to talk to us so Allah can help you direct that fire in the right direction so it's not destructive. I'm going to end with that because I know Sister Shakira is going to come forward. But I'm asking you all to please help make this work, because the community before is the reason we had what we had. It was the people. It was the people.